Wakey, wakey, all of my family out there in the cold. How you guys doing? I got so many downloads. I had to double down. I had to go Saturday and tomorrow. And yes, planet Earth, this is faux fur. It's fake fur. Spirithoods.com. It's fake. Just want you guys to know, if you guys are new watching me, no, I'm not wearing a fur coat. For God's sakes, do you know who you're talking to? All right, what up? Cuckoo! You guys ready to rip? I've been spending 2 days processing like Akhenaten in my house. I just got back from gridding all of Mexico, from freaking Cabo, the waterfalls and the canopy of Cabo. I did the entire out the deck of my ship, every single junction point and ley line. They're waking me up at 3 in the morning. I'm waking up like a robot, grabbing one of my grids, opening my balcony, throwing a grid, seeing these huge hands of my higher selves come down and just lock and load. And I'm doing the, back and forth, right? They call it vacation. We got Cabo Mazatlan, the oldest natural occurring and highest lighthouse on Earth in Mazatlan. We gridded. And I'm not saying gridded like a little guy. I got this buried like under the whole thing. So Mexico is coming online. I got a lot of things to share about all my people. I was down there in the jungles. Oh my God. There's a lot of knowledge out there, guys. There's a lot of really gifted guys down there in South America, and obviously down in there in Mexico. And just come on in. Don't be shy. That's what's up. The one thing I want you guys, I'm going to kind of like be cash in the beginning. You guys get your cups of coffee. I'm going to go very fast. I have to unload all of this information to you guys and let you know what's going on across the planet, especially down there. And I want to remind all of the proud Toltecs, Mayans, and Aztecs, right? You guys are from Mexico and you're native, you're Aztec, right? But I was Toltec. I'm Toltec. Last time I was down here in that life, I was a Toltec. I was up in Bolivia area, Peru area. But what I need to remind you guys is that you guys are masters of stone. Masters of stone. I don't mean like you work with stone. I mean you guys are actually connected to this grid and you actually understand fundamentally in your own codex how to move energy through stone, through land, through rivers, okay, through the jungle, into the ocean. You guys are masters of stone. Stone is just a medium, okay? It's not like, oh, stone. No. Stone is a medium or a conduit of energy, which you guys have mastered in the past. You need to remember. All those temples buried out there in the jungle. We need some more shot callers down there activating those pyramids, those temples. I did all of the highest points in Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, and in Mazatlan. That's locked and loaded. And out to the border of Lemuria. As you guys, in the old, to the west coast, the old Lemuria, which goes all the way to the Hawaiian Islands and down. So we're working on activating the old ancient grid. We're getting ready for this solar event. We're getting ready for this great transition, that ring of fire solar eclipse, right, that popped off 3 days ago, which you could view from Singapore. If you guys haven't punched it up on YouTube, I want you guys to actually stare at that as a memory marker in your chemical computer of the last time you witnessed one of those events. And my brother's going to go into greater discourse tomorrow about the timelines of when these alignments in Capricorn, the last time it happened, it was like, I don't know, I'll let him explain it, but the last time it really happened was when Martin Luther, nailed up all those things on the church wall. I think it's 1458 or something. So it's been quite some time since we've had these alignments. I just want you guys to know that if you guys start mapping, all you astrologers out there, and you guys start seeing great world events in astrological alignments, and you go, when's the last time this happened on Earth and what was happening in our history? And if you guys start viewing in that manner, you can actually see what's coming in this loop. about 500 years ago. That's what's up, Christina. And shout out to my brother Samuel, Mr. Katz out there. Put up a new pyramid. Yes, locked and loaded, bro. I'm with you. Now, I've got lots of stuff to share, but what I really need to discuss with you guys is something I pulled down. It took me 72 hours to process it in a manner in which I could share with you. When they give, when all of us empaths and all you, light workers and angelics and all you starseeds out there listening to me now, I want to recommend that obviously when you get the first level of download, say in a dream time, what you should do is, if you guys are into the journaling, okay, which I'm going to talk about, okay, journaling your stuff, what you should do is get your camera pointed at you in the morning, put your, hit record and just record for yourself what the download was. Okay, here it comes out raw feed. Then later, maybe a day later or later that day or right afterwards, watch what you said and let your chemical computer process it as a part of reality. So you took something down from your stream, right? And instead of telling your mind telling you it's not real, it's from a dream. This is real in this place. What happens is though, when you rip a download, it comes out raw feed. Blah, 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 and then I was doing this in my dream, da, 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 and then I was doing this in my dream, right? Well, check it. When you film yourself and then, go out there by yourself, wherever you are, film yourself, giving yourself the download. But when you watch it the second time, now it's being recorded on your chemical computer. Oh, that did happen. What was the information? Because the information comes so fast in a raw feed, right? You have to take a little time to process that. Then, for all my fellow bloggers, light workers, everyone on the internet, everyone is sharing information, process that for a couple days, 2-3 days. Then find the right translation, cadence, and tone to share that with your family. So spend a little more time in honing your skills, and everyone will transverse, and transfer of information will go that much faster. It's all about the translation. For you guys new watching me, my vocabulary is the way it is for a reason. Many people said, I had to watch all your old videos to actually understand what you're saying. And it takes some time for us to understand your vocabulary. That is for a reason. It's not random whatsoever. I speak in a certain cadence and tone that takes a little understanding to process. Okay? I've been waking up or woke for 10, 11, 12 years. It takes a long time for me to be able to discuss these things. And when I'm sending codes to you guys, okay, it's not like a cat video playing with yarn. Every single word or syllable has a meaning and a tone and a symbol I'm sending to you guys across this digital plane. My goal down here, right, and where I just came from, is to activate my family as fast as humanly possible on this planet. Drop the mic. Don't care who's in the artificial controls. Don't really care what country you come from. My family was spread out across Earth to have a maximum effect during the Great Transition. That's why some of you guys are in Estonia, Bahrain, Vietnam, UK, Scotland, Australia, New Zealand, US, Canada, Mexico. They spread out the star seeds for a maximum effect around planet Earth. They didn't put us all in Palm Springs. Been too easily to monitor. No, they spread us out. And then how do they hide us? Well, like I told many of my fellow X-Men out there, usually the more powerful you are, the more you're messed with. Know that. Normally the more powerful you are, the more tests you're going to have. And the more stuff you're going to have to clean up in your own life before you get your power back. Why? Because in past lives you probably misused that power to do naughty things. Okay, real talk. So I'm trying to express is, for you guys that have these crazy background stories, I need you to understand that's the norm. Stop weeping in your pillow at 3 a.m. The strongest X-Men have the craziest background story. I want you guys to know that all my friends in Sedona, if you sat us in a row and said, tell me how you woke up and what your origin story is, they're all off the rails crazy. It's all like the most crazy things, head of a corporation had to leave it, woke up, left the CEO, now I'm awoke. J-Dog fell 60 feet backwards out of a helicopter. He's like a pararescue Navy SEAL. Alexander learned from one of the greatest tarot masters on the East Coast, right? And then had to work through all of his activations and integrations, right? All of us who have these crazy skill set. Isa went to the desert in Egypt and parked herself for like 20 or 30 days by herself in a tent. Okay? What I'm trying to say is every single one of us out here on this all-star team with you guys, we all did a walkabout. Okay? Every single great sage or prophet that ever existed on this planet has to do a walkabout once in their life. Yeshua did it. Moses did it. I'm sure Muhammad did it. What is a walkabout? Go off and find out who you are before you keep replicating a matrix or repeat program. Why am I here? Right? First one is, why am I here? Let's start with the earth stuff. The second one's going to be, first one. Okay, number one, why am I here? Number two, where do I come from? And number three, right? Now that I'm woke in here, right? How many beings of light, how many beings, how many sentient beings, how many universal beings, how many awesome beings above and below the surface in this hologram can I affect in a positive, balanced, and harmonic way? How much energy can I exude through this suit like a small sun walking on the surface, activating every single life form that comes within a 3-mile range of me? How much DNA can I personally activate? What if I told you it's not just a physical thing? What if I told you you're the seed of creator in the basement of this hologram, okay? And what if I told you creator's greatest game was putting some of the rulers or some of the higher echelon or some of the overseers of this entire solar system and galaxy, and they hid us in physical suits in the basement staring at everyone doing their job in the upper dimensions? Everyone thinks the leadership comes from above. What if I told you it's actually undercover boss for some of us? Every single time I want to do some pretty gnarly supernatural stuff, which they unlocked out there on that boat, I literally, this is pretty funny. I started going into this light night thing, you guys. Okay? I am both. Light on the left, night on the right. I started remembering old things, old mudras, the targeting system. I don't know. I'm trying to explain this in English vocabulary so you guys, because it's explaining the ether, understanding how to operate within the ether, right? And how to actually operate within a field. These words of vocabulary terms don't specifically exist in English on this planet. So imagine trying to explain something that the vocabulary on this planet doesn't have words for. So I'm going to do my best. So what I'm trying to express is this. In growing up and remembering who you are, why you're here, remembering your dreams, remembering things about it, you will be given a choice of should you operate like this or should you operate like this? Well, here's the issue with some of us. We learned a lot of these different skill sets on the night side, on the right side. Okay. So how do we balance this? It's frustrating for even your higher selves on the night side to actually say, I'm the master of something, but I never learned it. Like imagine a master, say your 8th dimensional version you feel is your highest night level, let's just say. They have a book of knowledge. Let's just say, hi, I'm your 8D. I wrote a book on how to manifest and move ether from everything from 8th dimension down. I am a master. But here's the frustrating part. They go, that's fantastic. That's only half the story. Now, I need you to do the exact same thing and get this exact same result, but use only light. So what happens is someone who's a quantum physicist now has to learn. Somebody's like a mathematician, quantum physicist, right? Like a magician, now has to learn like social theory or like creative writing. So their brain's like, I don't know how to get the same result, right? I know how to do this. I've never tried this. So even your higher selves get frustrated at a new codex of information. That's what I'm trying to express. It's not you in the physical, like, why is this so confusing? Where do your thoughts come from? Who's actually confused? Pay attention. You guys are drivers down here. Which aspect of you is actually confused or having a hard time? Maybe they went to the dark school at Hogwarts, right? Maybe they're a Slytherin and they never cracked open that Gryffindor book. So you have to understand inside of yourself with these different, right, translations, which I shared to you, when you guys are having those thoughts late at night, that Debbie Downer shit, you can't do it, you doubts, you fears, is this going to work out? Listen, if I told you every angelic that ever existed at some point put down this Debbie Downer book and said, I'm going to go for 100% abundance and balance. Thank you so much. Check it. This place would move that much faster. Now listen to me. Above 12D, above deity level, it's chill mode. There's not so much of this duality, left or right, light and night stuff. Once you're a 12th dimensional being in consciousness, you're kind of like, yo, I got this, homeboy, homegirl, chill. This is happening in 12 down. So I just want you to understand, it's not like this is how it is in the whole universe. We are in Earth School, Emotional School 101. So how do you take a very powerful Titan or a very powerful being who's been sleeping for 5,000 years, wake them up, and then integrate them into this modern place, take away all their abilities, all their powers, wipe their memories, and then go, action. Whoa, what am I doing down here? I guess I'm driving to work on my 9 to 5. I gotta pay these imaginary Babylonian money magic bills. I guess we work for an artificial AI program now, and I guess, hey, listen, your soul's very old. You guys need to like bring it in and understand, right? The depth of your soul and how old you really are. You are pretending every single day to just be this. For some of the strong who are breaching this suit, which is only a ½ inch of membrane holding my energy in the suit as I speak to you. That's it. Light body is this much, just pushing on the walls of my skin 24 hours a day. When you're there, remember, all of that is fine, but remember, your heart and how you govern your energy is how you're viewed. How you treat others is how you're viewed. Your mind you must control, because if your mind can be hacked, right, you can convince yourself based upon different belief systems to feel that things that you know in your tum-tum are wrong are actually okay. This whole programming since Tartaria and even before that has done a very hard, they've worked very diligently on making this poor behavior tolerable. Let me explain something to you. It's not like that upstairs whatsoever. And the beings upstairs, as you look at my facial expression, will have you reincarnate and do it again. Beings that sit outside of time have no problem for a vessel or lower dimensional self to reincarnate and maybe go through that life lesson one more time. I'm here to remind all of you guys that are special, the guys I incarnated with, the guys I grew up with, right? All you guys spread across the planet, those my fellow angelics and starseeds, you're old. Don't buy into the BS. Don't buy into the game. We're here to flip a planet. We're not here for this. We're here to change the surface of a world and raise the bar. Anything other than that is not worth our time, being honest with you. All of this cocoon stuff, okay? When you guys wake up and you see your higher self for the first time, and all of a sudden you realize that all this stuff your brain's been fighting is real, what then? When you start talking to your higher self about who you really are and where you come from and what you're doing here, let me fast forward you. Come from your heart, learn compassion, treat others with respect, grow, do what you signed up here to do, which is flip a planet. Anything else is not worth your time or energy. Many of you guys have ascended many times before in the past. It's not, oh, this is my first deal. I've never ascended as a human. Are you serious? You guys, listen, let me express something to you. Why some of you guys feel this place is so foreign to you, my fellow Palladians out there, check it. Our base floor was 5D. Our energy never dropped below 5D. We dropped down here to the 3rd density, and we're like, why are they so mean to each other? Why is this so weird? Why are they eating animals? What is this? We don't even understand. Our inner children don't even understand what we're watching. It's like being forced to watch a shitty sci-fi movie mixed with Freddy Krueger. And we're like, who in God's name gave these Duttidas this sort of function over the population. Now I'm here to express with that ring of fire that fired off, that solar eclipse that fired off over Singapore 72 hours ago, it's on and cracking. The backside of the moon got barbecued. I was a part of that. I'm very excited they got barbecued because they need to get their shit together. Real talk. Now, my thing is that with all galactic beings and all these beings which I've transversed and traveled over here for drop-off, let me tell you about some of the souls that crossed just now. So when I got back from Mexico and then I went back to LA, they loaded up my little transfer bus. All my empty seats were filled with a lot of beings that are crossing over in this Capricorn series. Many old great souls, many old souls, you know, in their 70s, 80s, 90s. But I transported a lot of souls, more than I thought actually when I did a drop-off 2 nights ago. So the guys from Mexico that were dropped off, a lot of old shaman with the feathers, whole feather thing. We're looking at me with the eyeliner, feathers, like the old Toltec Mayan, the real stuff, the real energy that is now just barren jungle where there's no more buildings. Those guys are still out there in 4D, 5D. They're being transferred. I want you guys to remember that those old ancient versions of yourself, check it out. Some of us fetch souls. So what does that mean? I might have fetched one of your higher selves for transport in Sedona to be dropped off directly to you. I'm understanding more about what I do. I fetch. Some of you guys, when you realize, oh my God, I'm having an awakening, there may be a light worker on earth that actually went and picked up your soul piece, transferred it to a main junction way so it could now attach back to the vessel. Okay? For all you fellow explorers out there, my fellow Indiana Jones, good boy. I'll go fetch it. The only thing with me is I'm like, oh, I'm doing your job again? Not the 3D guys, but I'm saying higher selves. I'm like, you owe me. Remember back in Babylonia? Remember back in Samaria? Remember that time you saved me on the battlefield? We're even. Okay, so for all of us who do work behind the scenes with no reward, by the way, that's how you're supposed to be. The reward is unlocking your true potential. The reward is unlocking your dormant DNA. The reward is staring at your 8-dimensional version face to face and going, you know, I'm your Huckleberry. What's up, homie? Those eyes I share in a nice way, but I'm here to express the bigger dudes over the Pacific. I miss them. Planetary guardians, I'm working with them more so and more so. And I'm actually seeing them shift hundreds of thousands of souls to higher dimensions now. Are the 3D vessels going to know about that? They're just going to be in a higher bandwidth. And they're going to understand why in 2020 everyone is going to have this spirit of revolution and abundance overload as we take back the reins of this planet and drive it into abundance and sovereignty for every living being here. Just as the beat drops. What else? A lot of the guys on the night side have been shifted out. It's all good. A lot of those guys I don't want to be disrespectful to, but I'm here to say that there are other levels of game I would like them to be a part of. And I'm very excited and thank them so much for what they did. Facebook just shut off. I will continue. So, hey, YouTube, it's just me and you. Facebook just shut off. So, for all you guys that know what's what, go ahead and share the feedback on the deal. Here's the deal. Maybe I should make a cat video. Maybe my feed wouldn't shut off. Is there really 3,000 people watching me or 25,000? How many subscribers do I really have on YouTube? Moving on. So, what I'm trying to say is to you guys is this. The real knowledge and power I share with you is because we activate human beings on this planet. Drop the mic. That's what we're doing here. So I need you to understand, in your great understanding of who you truly are, the function of who you truly are is yet to be completely disclosed to you. My function to express one more time, truly, is try to come from your heart as much as you possibly can, because as they turn this governor, as they turn your power level up, right, the way in which you manage it and how you share that energy is a true reflection of who you are, even more so. Okay? I just want you to understand that if we are the lower selves of our God forms, what kind of God are you? I've just really kind of gotten into like, what kind of God are you, right? My thing is that I'm starting to realize that as I embody more of these higher angelic qualities, and I'm actually walking around in the suit with the consciousness of my higher angelic, let's just keep it that way, or Lyran version, right? What I'm trying to express to you guys is my 3D consciousness is kind of checked out. When I look at a skyline, I'm seeing 2 or 3 levels of city and technology and beings per layer. It's not just what I see in my 3D biological eyeballs and the limited visible light spectrum, right? So when you guys begin to express yourself and see yourself for what you truly are, you're just listen to your brother, ground, get in the gym and work out. Why? You have to move that energy and process it. 3, remember your heart comes first. Number 5, remember your higher selves and your angelics are always watching you. Don't embarrass them. Once you're awake, do the best you possibly can to become the best version of yourself. And in some ways, we're asked to do things some of our higher selves have had hard times doing. Sometimes your night side is beefing with your light side. You guys need to be the referee down here at times to calm everyone down and remember that we're all on the same team. All right. So, Facebook, God, I love you guys. But, Facebook just too much truth and just shut it down. I don't know why I'm a situation. Maybe because I am a situation. But you know what I mean? All right, let's kick it back for a second. I'm not even going to try to access this thing right now. For you guys that are on my YouTube, that are homies on Facebook, go ahead and share and post this video to all the groups while I sit here. I'd appreciate it. Obviously, it's real enough where they shut off my feed. Love you. Okay. So, what else is going on? Check it. Solar flash. This is probably why they shut it off. This is what I need to understand with the solar flash stuff. Now, and I'll reference this to you, okay? The main function is, when Corey talked about this, I asked my guides about it. So let's talk about the solar flash in a real private way with you guys. So when Corey talked about it, he said they took a ship out into orbit where the solar flash or this energy was coming in like a wave. They flew a ship in there, and what happened was half the people on the ship blissed out, half the people on the ship went cuckoo and got super negative. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to express to you. Your natural homeopathic homeostasis state and how you feel about yourself, you've worked through all your insecurities. You're about you, helping you, your family, and others, right? But the we is really the magic. How are we doing? What I'm trying to express is if someone amplified you times 10. So imagine you guys are all sitting next to me, the 144, let's just say, and we got hit with this amplification wave that everyone's calling a solar flash. What's it going to do? It's going to amplify us, right? 10, 100 times. So if you're in a good mood, you bliss out times 100. If you're Debbie Downer, you got some weird negative thoughts, night side thoughts, it's going to push you that direction. What I'm trying to express to you guys is all the doubts, fears, and stuff you guys think about, stuff you think about in the morning, all that stuff, shut the volume off on those thoughts. They're not real. We are millions of years old in a simulation program. You are older and wiser than the controls in this place. These guys can't even replicate the technology we had in Tartaria. They are building homes like small kitty litter boxes. Okay? Everyone lives in a cube. Is that how we live, in cubes? I don't live in a cube, son. Okay? What I'm trying to express to you guys is remember where you come from and how old you are. And when this frequency hits you, explode light, abundance, and creation through you as the transceiver on the surface of this world. Drop the mic and all this other baby stuff, Gerber baby food stuff. Remember who you are and grow strong. That is what our parents want us to do. Strong. Every single day you grow stronger. Okay? Just want to share that with you. YouTube, dude, Facebook's going to miss this download. I'm going to talk to you guys about your angelic journals and how to request them. So, let's hold on a second here. Maybe it was too much for Facebook. Maybe they cut it because Facebook turds aren't supposed to know about this. You know what I mean? So I'm going to teach you guys how to request your journals, your angelic journals, so you guys can actually start reading about your personal story. They kind of told me don't go into complete detail with it and how to request it exactly, that the vessel must be conscious enough to make this decision and request on their own. I am going to give you a template, however, of exactly what to ask for. Okay? It's different than asking the Akashic watching a Blu-ray movie about who you are. Let me express. Again, if you guys are watching me right now, share this video, blow it up all over the planet. This is something you guys haven't heard before. Here we go, in this 2020 vision. Now, when you guys request, hey, highest light, I would like to read from my personal journal. There is a journal and a scribe assigned to many of us. This scribe writes down all of the personal things that you have overcome and the personal lessons and techniques that you have ascertained over your existence. Again, this is a very large download. I'm going to share. This is the watered down version. The thing about this is it's a loophole around the matrix. They can't stop your sovereign right for requesting work and energy that you created, not that was created by this artificial hologram, or even all of the cookie monsters out there, but all of the hierarchy of heaven, earth, and all the ETs out there. You are a sentient being requesting your individual journal that you hand wrote, sharing your life wisdom with yourself. Not what is stored in the Akashic, what is stored in my DNA. What is mine? What did I earn on other planets and write down in my journal for me to purvey at a different point in time so that I remember who I am and what I'm here to do. But even more gnarly, there are things you have written in your journal that are far beyond the evolutionary state of this planet. So I will say one more time very casually, request your journal. So what does that mean? Your journal is going to be about this big, okay? It's going to have golden or platinum pages. And it's going to have angelic sigils or symbols on the front. So when your book comes to you, your book's going to come down. It's going to rotate. And it's going to open, okay? When it opens, all of the pages have this like golden elven type writing of different angelic languages, and this is how it works. When you write true knowledge down, it takes a little energy from you to write on the page. You're giving it energy while you do it. So later, right, in different incarnations, when you touch the page, you could actually get the instant download of what each sigil or each technique is. So you can actually read an angelic function. You simply take your two fingers, touch it, and then close your eyes and pull the content back into your subconscious. They can't stop you from doing this. This is not about Earth story. This is not even about this little National Geographic Class C planet. This is about your personal journal, which you have chronicled over the eternity of your existence, that you have access to 24 hours, 365. You guys have just never truly asked for it. I'm telling you now, ask for your journal. Ask your light side, your highest light, to give you the version of journal that's not going to cause a lot of karmic function. I'm not saying your true codex. What I'm saying is, hey, highest light, can I start with my baby chapter 1, 2, 3 journal of all the techniques I learned in past lives? I want my journal, the journal I created with my own energy. Okay. How I got to this was there are some techniques I started to remember that I learned on a far off planet from like some sage dude in a robe. And it took 40 to 80 years. Like, it was literally like I went to the asteroid belt. That's how distant this planet was, where this guy's condo was. And there he had like 6 to 12 students. And we're all in robes in like deep orbit, and you have to be invited to go there and learn from this dude. But he's the only guy that could teach this one technique. And it took literally 80 years to master this one technique. I went there, I took that test, I put that energy in, and I learned it. So I'm sitting there and I started to remember how to bend, let's just say bend things or access things, older things. And what happened was, all of a sudden it was like, hey man, I earned that. That's my experience. I'm not asking one of my higher selves to go, hey bro, can you hand me a download? I'm like, no bro, hand me my journal that I personally wrote down my technique and the energy I exerted to learn that technique, which you have not learned. And they go, oh. Okay, what I'm trying to say, the function is, the issue is truly, right, to remember the function of who you truly are and what you're doing. Okay, and I don't know what some of these people on YouTube are doing, but you guys need, hope your father raised you better than that. Much love. So what I'm trying to express is this: in understanding who and truly what you are, remember that that true journal of knowledge is yours. Okay. But to remember, I would like you guys to request healing, transversing, traveling, understanding. That's what's up. Just more healing and abundance thing, because those are the lessons that are going to assist you on earth right now. How to transmute. How to balance certain things. That's what I'm trying to say. So I love you guys. And from my heart to yours, that's the most important thing. Now, I want to show you guys some cool things about it, right? As we balance the unconditional love on YouTube. All right, you know what I'm talking about over here, right? Can't you see an AI program when you see one, you know? What are you working in a cafeteria? Where are you plugging in from there? Interesting, because when I take a look at you, boy, looks like there's this small little bulb, right? You know what I'm talking about. So here we go. For all you guys out there, you want to learn the real, love you guys. Jesus, goodness gracious, right? Here we go. I made these things for you guys, and I want to remind you guys, a lot of you guys ask me questions on how this stuff works. This stuff is an EMF plate, okay? The function of this, though, with this EMF plate, you can hang it. So whenever you got the 5G towers, which are going in, Wi-Fi towers on a certain side of your house, if you're sleeping in your bed and you want to block some of that signal, you hang it on the same latitude as a signal coming in to shield yourself from that. Another thing too is with your Wi-Fi router, especially the ones that say 5G, right? Just the speed of transmission. I put this down, I put the Wi-Fi tower on top of it. I let this energy go through and transmute the signal as it goes through my house. So these are the large EMF ones. You can find these in store.teamlight.com. Okay, why they work is there's magnetic layers which actually absorb the frequency through through shungite, black tourmaline, nickel, brass, titanium, and small elements of steel, which have to be blended properly to actually eat the frequency. It's not reflecting it, it's eating it and transmuting it. So very cool. The buckyball molecule is one of the only things on Earth that has that ability. Okay, next. The manifestation castles are dope right now. Why? You guys are manifesting this 2020 vision for yourself. So again, how it works is you guys all have crystals on Earth. You guys love crystals. You get your favorite crystal, you put it in the hole. What you do is, though, whatever you want to manifest, you can write a note. I would like to activate my dormant DNA. I would like to heal my family wounds. I would like to transmute certain things. A lot of people also, they wrap money around it. Now let me explain how this thing works. Whatever you wrap around this crystal, okay, and you put it in this device is going to attract whatever frequency you put into it. It doesn't know it's money. Money is just a frequency of energy. So whatever you put into this, it will attract it. So be aware of what you're asking for out there, okay? And make sure you guys don't ask for things that you really don't want. Be very clear on what you want to manifest. But what I do is, depending on how hard I want to work, I will put a certain amount of numbers of not only money, but manifestations around it. And I go, I will make 10 of these. Boom. As soon as I put it down, my PayPal goes off. I've sold 6. The universe listens to your intent of what you wish to manifest when you're helping others. Just remember that. So that is how I like to do that. That's solid blue azurite, that's solid green emerald, the whole thing. So I just want you guys to know there are tools out there to assist you. It's not a sales thing. I'm trying to say manifest faster. That's what I'm saying. Whatever tool you want to use, whatever you guys want to create, okay? I use this personally. This is what I use. So I just want you guys to understand, however way you can translate or transmit what you want, use that. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? Now, everyone asked me how the bed sets work. I'm going to do this real quick, too. This is a step pyramid, right? Okay, right? This goes underneath your bed, underneath your upper back, okay? The 4 small pyramids it comes with goes one under each corner of your bed. How this works is, the step pyramid, you leave it on 24 hours a day. This is a BMW 6 Series LED light. These are much better lights than I used to have because I don't want them to ever go out, okay? I leave this thing plugged in 24 hours a day under where I sleep, underneath my upper back, underneath my bed. Now, what happens is, blue equals third eye. Green equals heart. Pink, purple equals transmutation. And yellow equals shield. So, for most of the time, what I do is, you guys, I leave this thing on 24 hours a day. If I don't, people that don't like the light on at night, get a silk scarf, put it over the device, leave it on. What is this doing? This is made from some very high frequency vibrational crystals, which are oscillating faster than you, okay? It's also like an energy Roomba. You know that vacuumer, the vacuums? It has a coil in it that pulls magnetism from the ground, and as your energy is being sifted in your toroidal field, in your torus, it goes through different layers of transmutation and cleans your energy, okay? Now, when you guys do sessions with me, and I tell you your soul clearing contract, okay? Important when you guys are cutting cords or from people, right? Or emotions, experiences, ex-boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever it may be, okay? Listen, what you have to do is you slide this down underneath your lower back, you put it on pink or purple. Why? Because when you cut a cord sometimes and you have a bad day, what will happen is your frequency will drop and they'll try to rehook it back on you when you're sleeping. If you guys sleep on a field, those guys can't reattach. That energy can't reattach a higher frequency, which you are now emanating, based upon the device going through you. They can't hook that old program back on. So again, all of these things have little tricks and ways to use them. I start this off underneath your upper back. You want to go faster? Slide it up underneath your head, underneath your back. Okay, so basically you're laying in your bed. This goes under your bed on the ground, underneath your upper back. You want to go faster? Slide it underneath your head. You want to go slower? It's too much. I've had people go, this is too much content. I'm going from 0 to 60 miles an hour. Slide it down. You know, now it's underneath your chest, your stomach. Okay, so faster under your head, normal, slow, slower. Underneath the lower back or your sacral, it's for cutting cords transmutation. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Woo! With that, my family, I love you guys. I hope you guys had a nice little rip here today. Facebook, I love you guys. Somebody share this on Facebook, and I'll go ahead and do the same. I want you guys to know that we're going very fast right now. I want you guys to understand that every single thing that we're doing has a direct reflection on our future and what we wish to create together. No more pointing fingers at specifically what needs or who's to blame. What I'm trying to express to you guys is from an upper dimensional function of creation itself, certain conflictual things are necessary to remind us of some of the ways in which we clashed in the past. It is a new face to an old loop. What I'm trying to express to you from my heart is grow stronger and understand that we are far older than this. Oh my God, if people believe this is all, you're a lot older than you are in that suit, okay? I'm just give you a little heads up there. But for all the old souls that are here and all those crystal kids that feel like they're 5,000 years old in a 17-year-old suit, listen to me. Your goal is to ground, balance, and energetically improve the entire surface of a planet. That's why we don't fit in here. Our goal is bigger than any one country or neighborhood or what mommy and daddy wants you to do, right? You're here to flip a world. So stay there, and you guys will all be successful. I am Rion, right? abundance and bliss from you guys out here in Sedona. And yes, we'll go live tomorrow for morning coffee. For you guys think that this video is important for those right now, especially in this 2020, feel free to share it. I love you guys. You can find me at store.teamlight.com. For you guys that need sessions, I will be here for the next 3 weeks until I leave again. They got me working this 2020 thing and getting all this stuff locked and loaded before our great transition and what we're doing. I'm gonna keep putting that work in and supporting my family across Earth. I love and support you guys every single day. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow maybe. All right, peace.